Okay, so if you run a small business, you know the drill. Getting customers in the door is one thing, but getting them to come back, that's a whole different ballgame. The old rules are out the window. It's not just about attracting new people anymore. So let's break down what's really working today.
To really get a handle on this, we have to start with the most basic question of all. For your average small business, where is the money actually coming from? And I'll tell you, the answer might surprise you.
The answer really starts with this number right here, 61%. Now, according to a big study by B.A. Kelsey, this single statistic is a massive wake-up call for how small businesses need to think about growth. And that's what 61% means. For the majority of small local businesses, most of their income isn't from a constant flood of new faces. Nope, it's from a small, dedicated group of people who keep coming back. This means customer retention isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's literally the core of the business. So, if we all agree that keeping customers is priority number one, what tools are actually out there to help you do it? Well, this is where things get interesting, because there's a pretty huge gap in the market. I mean, you know the two extremes, right? On one side, you have that old school paper punch card. You know the one. It gets lost, it goes through the wash, and you get zero data from it. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, you have the massive corporate systems, like what Starbucks uses. They're powerful for sure, but they cost a fortune and need all this special hardware. Most small businesses are just stuck right in the middle with no good options. So, what's starting to pop up to fill that gap? Let's look at the blueprint for a modern loyalty toolkit. It's all about a digital-first approach that's built from the ground up for small businesses. It doesn't matter if you have a brick-and-mortar shop or you're running a food truck. Now, the absolute key to making any of this work is making it easy. We're talking seamless integration. The whole point is to plug right into the payment systems that businesses are already using, like Square or Clover. That way, points get added automatically, no extra steps, and no extra headache for a busy owner. And these new systems don't just stop at the cash register. They can actually build you an online reward store automatically with your own products listed right there. It's a really slick way to connect what you're doing in person with what you're doing online, all in one program. This next feature is really clever. It's designed to turn your best customers into your own personal marketing team. Here's how it works. A customer shares a special link, their friend buys something, and boom, the original customer gets rewarded with points, all automatically. It's a perfect little loop for word-of-mouth growth. And finally, you've got smart automation. Think of it like a little assistant that works for you 24/7. The system can send out reminders and special offers to customers at the exact moment they're most likely to buy, giving them that little nudge to make a purchase without you lifting a finger. Okay, I know what you're thinking. All these features sound great in theory, but any real small business owner is going to have some immediate practical questions. So let's talk about the biggest fears and how these platforms try to solve them. This is probably the number one concern, right? The fear that people are going to find some loophole and game the system. It's a huge reason why a lot of businesses are hesitant to even start a rewards program. And the solution to that is usually a feature called Safe Mode. It's simple, really. It just means you, the business owner, get the final say. You can manually approve rewards before they go out, which adds this crucial layer of control and peace of mind. All right, the next big hurdle is always going to be the cost. For small business, every single dollar counts. And when you hear advanced technology, you usually think expensive. So to get around that, these modern platforms are almost always a monthly subscription. In this case, we're talking about $49 a month. The whole idea is to create a really affordable entry point so you don't have to spend thousands of dollars like the big guys. And to make it even more of a no-brainer, many of these services will offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a classic way to just remove all the financial risk for an owner who's maybe on the fence about trying it out. Now, anytime you're looking at a tool that promises to grow your business, it is so important to read the fine print. So just to give a balanced view, let's go over the typical disclaimers that you'll see with these kinds of offers. First off, you gotta be realistic. Most platforms will be very upfront that those amazing success stories and testimonials you see, those are the superstars. They are not what the average business owner should expect to see right away. And that leads to this point. There's no guarantee you're going to earn a specific amount of money. At the end of the day, a tool is just a tool. Your success still depends on your industry, your market, your customers, and the work you put in. So the main takeaway from all the fine print is pretty simple. These tools can be incredibly powerful, but they're not magic wands. There is always a business risk, there is never a guarantee of profit, and it's always on you, the owner, to do your own homework before you buy anything. Which kind of brings us all the way back to the big picture. We know repeat customers are everything right now. But as these digital tools become totally standard, how is that going to change what loyalty even means? What are your customers going to expect from you 5 years from now? That right there is the new rulebook that we're all going to be figuring out together.